MC, the elder tuja for this particular issue of the collapsed building. Sanke Monday dianka and Tiasampa. Because school it would have been a serious challenge. But Nyankopan Chadi, according to the Interior Minister, was Nyankopo Kwadwe and Emaniba on Sunday, even though some worshippers were victims. Since the Kwame, Rudolph Kwame, was a central MCE moment,
much more, 17 or so.
Baraka FM.
Which means that it is apt and appropriate at this time for us to take this opportunity as a nation to set a lot of things right. I had, for example, he mentioned that I think one DC was talking about the fact that when you see a structure and it's not up to code or standard and you want to raise it, people take a posture that I think they want to resist it. Well, the fact that people are resisting you doing the right thing is not the reason not to do the right thing, because as we can see, when trouble does indeed hit, it is lives that are lost, and not even one single life should be taken for granted, which means that if the law must be applied to the fullest extent, so shall it be. And if any person is resisting, then they should do so through the legal process, through court and so on. Once the court has gone through the case, has made a determination, given an order, then they can pull it down, because every single day that a structure which is not fit for purpose is allowed to stand, potentially is loss of lives and injuries down the line, and consequences for our citizens of Ghana. So it should never be taken lightly. And for me, I think that this is an opportunity for a lot of things that are wrong as far as buildings and structures that don't comply with applicable building codes should be taken up seriously, so that we don't have these consequences down the line. These lives that have been lost, these are not, we shouldn't just take it as one of those things. Otherwise, tomorrow another one will happen. What if it was a class in session, or hundreds of students gathered in one place for assembly or something, and this occurred? You can imagine the cost. And so it should not be countenanced in any way, because listening to that part of it was quite upsetting. If people are doing investments and they are not doing investments properly as far as the law is concerned.
Sometimes when something hasn't happened, people don't take the system serious. So we are just going to take advantage of this particular incident. Though we are already working, we've done some, but normally I don't move with the camera, so such things is difficult for people to see what is being done. But when you go to Alajo Market, I've pulled it down because of certain things that are going on within and the structures too as well. When you go to the Alajo Railway area, I've similarly done something of that sort. I'm also coming to Malamata area to do similar. So I'm already doing it. But this particular structure is unfortunate. Like I said, it was a get fund project, and you cannot just go in and do what you have to do. You have to consult with the appropriate quarters. And then it has been approached by. So I need to. Exactly. We've gone round, but people don't take announcements serious until we started. So it's just unfortunate that when it comes to the individual properties that they have, like it was said, mostly you have to go through the legal process, which also comes with some time stamp on it. It is not something that maybe the assembly has automatic right over it to do. Those that we do have, that one immediately, when we advise, we give you some few days or weeks to evacuate, and you don't do that one, we will do the needful. But with the individual properties, we need to advise them on it. If they don't do, then we will take the legal action against it as it was advised.
Yes, we any the MC for Ayawaso Central. Yes, Malamata and all those areas. Mati the Oka say this time around they will not sit aloof. They will make sure say on Bayron who I the SMW na BBI and Timmy and now issue of climate change and also no sign common so egusu echo. When we say last Sunday in Suyotoy NEDC so terrible. So we have a sister station I'm organizing conference with regards to the climate and what we have to do, climate change, and what we have to do as a country. Madam Stella, she spoke at this particular gathering. And also the Adekye in terms of the education we must have in terms of our climate.
Diversity is one of the key things we have done over time with the districts that we have been working with. Being able to be with the assemblies over time and then to build the capacity that would help the planners, the budget officers to factor in this cost that comes with building resilience into the national structures.
Yes, any climate change. In some road safety, some of them say in Sawam. Yes, road safety. Last weekend program. I think we even engaged them on Friday. That was on Friday. But National Road Safety Director of Regulations, National Road Safety, Kwame Kodua Etuahini. He also spoke with regards to our safety, or see quite often, passengers. If you're in a car and you see something happening, you must speak up. Your silence is also a killer. If you don't speak up, all of us will perish. The
need for them to abide by traffic regulations, to manage their speeds, to avoid driving tired, and also engage the passengers on why they must also come to the party by being empowered. They don't only have to be fair paying passengers, but where they observe any difficulties, risk factors or conditions that may endanger their lives, they are also encouraged to speak up.
Yes, Mate, you have to speak up. GTech, Professor Abdullah. Say uncle. People are saying Debbie. How do you do? You see, that was the discussion we were having much earlier. Chromas also be your own people will not even leave you. Your own quarters. It started from Legon, and now people are also coming up. And I'll say, for him, he's doing his work. If you think he's doing something untoward, yes, yours, you know the appropriate quarters to send your grievances to. Momenti Nipa no share GTech in Semi Momenti no.
It is instructive to state Baraka the confidence of GTech as a publicly funded university to reverse fee increment of some 100 to 200% if cost approval have not been granted by the statutory mandated bodies of the state and a union of that same institution asking GTech leadership to resign.
We any yes Jinapo for the from ministers to MPs to lecturers at the universities. Yes, also another GTech another yes, countries manager, natural resource governance, and also no Mr. Patrick the Oka with regards to our natural resource.
We have to get a bit more value from our critical minerals. In this case, we're talking bauxite. What can we do to make that happen? And we know that if we move from, raw extraction to get to a bit of processing, not even doing downstream value, because if you do downstream value addition, then, prices and the benefits tend to be very significant. But these equally come across, and we think that that's where we should place the conversation to better inform.
Yo, it's here for him say, we need more. But answer the Besino, Bolgatanga MC, also no is also coming up with a lot of initiative with regards to sanitation. Sanitation is a very, very important issue. See, Bolgatanga in particular, once upon a time, they were also the cleanest. But as you see, the filth in the air, into Uma, Yanko, Nankoti, and also the Odi. To be able to change the narrative far away at the top in the Bolgatanga, the municipal chief executive Mr. Roland Atanga.
Be able to cassette our sanitation bylaws. They are the things that when they are finalized, we will be applying the laws rigidly, and that will go a long way to ensure that the right thing is done so far as sanitation is concerned. And so when we start invoking our laws and punishing people for wrongdoing, it will go a long way to rekindle the zeal in sanitation practices. If Baraka in 2004 was adjudged the neatest town in Ghana, what prevents it from gaining that glory? The only thing is that it will be met with a lot of resistance and challenges. But I believe that with the needed awareness, with a push, we are likely to regain that glory we had in the past.
It's here for we need a Bogatanga MC na Martin Kano. And you need a Mufanchemi. Na answer na dibesinu and no answer your man Penny's Excellency John Domani Mahama. Eshia CSFN saying Omoa CSOs, I think, yes. And I saw my own Sheikh Napari. I saw him in the picture. Very, very interesting. Also contributing his quota. Kirema Penny take upon himself to explain to them some of the interventions of his government and some of the challenges he does face, especially this issue that came up with regards to the soul source in Sensem. Ahana, etifo, my kwan na yedi share na yedi bre yedi tu mwako yedi bre mu me ojide se nyina no emfaso emae na yesa aka mu se Baraka FM de emre bia no munkai na mu se the station with the blessing de papa no share beboa nyina no, and what will motivate us, educate us, entertain us, and take us to the promised land. And one yedi bremo. Intino munkai ho na nyina no yentimi yere ho na yede se. But Easter by there, someone say in sawam hini, ahujo hini, photo bi hini, any the rest of them. We will be bringing you special edition here on Baraka 98.7 FM. Erisiha na nkopa aduma ochina anopa yebasa di inchefo fro ade abramo Adekye Nhyira ade abramo. On behalf of the entire team, reading about the Fatah Yusuf says, stay blessed, out of trouble. Assalamu alaikum.
All right.